Hello everybody, I want to say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is Chris Johnstone, and this webinar is with Rob, the winner of our free lead generation system. And at this point he's been on the system for 4 days. We've generated roughly 60 leads for him, and he's booked 6 appointments. And this webinar is all about showing you exactly how he did it and about how you can have the same level of success in your business. So I hope you enjoy, and www.autopilot-ads.com for more information. Hope you're having a great day, and let's get started. How was your weekend? Did you get out mountain biking?
Yeah, actually I got out mountain biking yesterday and had a little time at the lake, so it was good.
Very nice.
And you guys finally had some good weather. And
oh, we had gorgeous weather. I had to take advantage of it on Friday. I snuck out and played golf on Friday. It actually worked out perfect. Friday afternoon, I got a package that I'd been waiting for quite some time. It was actually a DVD of one of the presentations that I did.
Yeah.
And I had actually forgotten that at the end of the presentation, because it was the first time I had actually given everything away from the stage. And I actually get mobbed at the end of the presentation with guys handing me business cards to pay roughly $2,000 a month to run this program. And I had completely forgotten about it, so I sat down on Saturday to edit the video all together, and so I thought that was pretty funny. So I got a little bit of joy out of that on Saturday afternoon. At this point, your system's been on for since last Thursday, so maybe four business days. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
And do you know how many leads we've generated up until this point?
I've got them all. I think we're somewhere in the neighborhood of around 50 or 60.
Okay.
I've got them all in my inbox here. We've got since we've got on it. What we found so far with our percentages is that this weekend was a long weekend, and I knew the ability of getting a hold of people this weekend was not going to be good. So we were only able to get a hold of 30% of the leads where we actually were able to talk to somebody.
Okay.
And again, I mean, I contribute that more to the long weekend, so we're on top of it now. But out of that 30%. We've actually booked 6 appointments this week with people who want to buy or sell that are actually going to get together with us physically.
Wow. So in 4 days, you guys have booked 6 appointments?
6 appointments.
Wow. So,
yeah.
And I mean, it's just a rough idea of your market. If you're pulling 2.5% off each of those deals, what's that on a rough paycheck?
Well, our average commission here in Calgary, you're looking at probably $6,500 to $6,700 is the average commission.
Wow. So that's a possible, and obviously I'm doing this math in my head, and I'm really not good at that. I'm a calculator type of guy, but that's what, $18,000 in potential business.
Yeah, there's a realistic possibility that we may have generated $18,000 in commissions over in the past 4 days. If those 3 out of 6 end up absolutely panning out.
Man, that's not bad for a free lead generation system, eh?
That's not bad at all. That's why we're quite excited about it. And those are, I mean, and relatively speaking, Chris, like my, the leads I get off my website through the natural search engines, and the people just sign up on my website or that sort of thing. I mean, that's those numbers are relatively similar. But what you've been able to actually just get more, a whole lot more in a smaller time frame.
That's right.
Is really what it's come down to.
Absolutely.
And one of the other thing that I've really noticed that I found interesting was usually when I see a TELUS email address or a Shaw email address as opposed to Gmail, Hotmail, and all those, I find the odds of it being a serious lead go dramatically up. And we were surprised at how many Shaw and TELUS email addresses that was generated.
And that's partially because of how we're targeting that traffic. through that exercise that we did last week with the niches.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually gone out and done what's called, we've added a localized search. So what we've got is people that are entering the market as first-time home buyers. A lot of them are what we call mobile active, which means that they're actually surfing the internet on their mobile phones. And through using the Google AdWords network, we're able to actually show advertisements on their mobile phones. So when they're, sitting in transit or whatever it is, and they're doing those searches using their phones,
right,
we're showing advertisements on mobile devices as well as just the regular Google search. And we find that once we implemented that in our business, the number of people that will leave their actual mobile number and their mobile email address increased. So I think that's why you're seeing that come through your system.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I had no idea that people were actually searching for real estate on their mobiles.
Oh yeah, especially with the introduction of the new iPhone and the new BlackBerry, the new Touch BlackBerry.
Yeah.
We've seen that number go through the roof. And here in Canada, they've had it in the States for a while, the 3G network, but the networks that process data a lot quicker are, because now people can view information and view the internet on their mobiles like they can on their computer. A lot more people are doing it just because it's easier to do now.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've got here is just can you see my screen?
Yeah.
You can see this here. So what I've basically got here is your email account. I'm stuck on the pen tool here. I don't know how to get rid of that. Normal non-drawing mode, yeah. And this is just, I guess, an example of the leads that you've got coming through your system. So name, last name, address, where they're coming from, and the type of property that they're looking for, minimum, maximum price, number of bedrooms. That's really cool. Awesome. Actually, did you notice that I turned on the Autopilot feature on your account? Because when we initially had the account set, it was going to run 24 hours a day.
Right.
And, I mean, as soon as I saw the traffic rates start coming through your system, I immediately went in there and set it up so that completely on autopilot, it turns on at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then it shuts off at 6:30, I believe, in the afternoon.
Okay.
So you're going to notice you're only going to be getting leads from 9 in the morning till 6:30 in the afternoon. The reason that I chose those time periods for you is because there's 3 peak times during the day where you're going to find that your lead generation system peaks. You're going to get a peak at roughly 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning when everybody gets to work. The boss kind of goes back into the office and they can sit down in front of their computer at work. You'll see a bunch of leads ding in at that point. You're going to see another blip that comes through the system of leads just ding, 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 ding. Normally between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I think that's when everybody gets back from lunch, gets back onto their computer at work.
Yeah.
And then the very end of it is that 6 to 6:30, and we might want to extend that out until 7 o'clock when everybody gets home, finishes dinner, and then sits down in the comfort of their home. Those are going to be your 3 peak times during the week. And then, like you mentioned, on the long weekend, it's like that almost every weekend. What we're really doing is we're tapping into the new open house. 3 or 4 years ago, people used to get the paper, sit down, circle all the listings that really interested them, then got in the car and went out and saw the houses. All that's happening on the internet now. So
absolutely,
if you can be on the system generating leads at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning and run that through till noon, that is just an incredible time to just sit there and do some really solid lead generation for your upcoming week to book all those appointments through.
Very true, because I found Saturday morning, Sunday evening, and usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings. Those were the 5 best times to reach people. But Saturday morning and Sunday evening are the 2 best.
That's excellent. So we can actually schedule your account to be generating leads during that time period. Let me show you exactly how I did it, Rob. I put together this little PowerPoint for us. It's called the ad scheduling feature. So when you go into your Google account, you can actually play around with this and hit those peak times, so that you're generating the real-time leads during those time periods.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can set it and forget it. You can just walk away. So when you go into your actual Google AdWords account,